Hi, welcome. Welcome to the Inner Light Gazette. I am Carrie Alter, and I'm interviewing today Amari Gold, who does the most wonderful work called Atlas Balancing. So I'm going to ask her if she would tell you a little bit about it. I've experienced it, and it's really great, and I want to share it with you. So, Amari, would you tell our viewers a little bit about Atlas Balancing?
Thank you, Carrie. I'd love to. I'd love to talk about this work. It's a new body of work, relatively speaking. Just a few of us in North America even offer this work, but it addresses the atlas, which is the first cervical vertebra that sits at the base of the skull. It's a very significant placement for this particular bone. It's also referred to as the master vertebra. So that juncture there between the atlas and the skull is where all of the spinal fluid flows to the brain, and the information from the brain flows through the spine and the nerve endings out to all the organs. Unfortunately, for most of us, literally most of humanity, have this, we've inherited this atlas being out of position, which means that channel that all of that energy and information flows to and from the brain is crimped.
And we like our energy flowing.
We like our energy flowing.
No crimps here.
So this very simple modality of sound, we refer to this as sound codes. These are an ancient language that the body understands. We literally sing to the body, and this instrumental bone resets itself in its permanent condition and optimal alignment in the body.
Yeah, it's hard, I think, for people to imagine that you sing and bones move. And David studied this also, and he said he was just amazed by feeling the bones move underneath his hands just because he was singing. Yes, we're so happy you turned all of us onto this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been my joy. And it is a phenomenon. It is difficult to explain, other than we know that in ancient times sound was the primary healing modality. We know that sound creates all of life, sound and vibration. And you know, in quantum physics, we understand that our body is truly vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the vibration of sound and singing, we have the vibration of our body, and when the two of them come together, they dance. And there's this movement in response, because it's truly the optimal, ideal, natural alignment for the body. And for reasons we won't go into this morning, humanity made a decision to have it out of balance for a while and see what that was like.
Maybe now in 2013 here, and all the energies are moving better, maybe that's part of why now we're ready for this kind of work.
Absolutely.
I know I experienced a lot of release, so there were a number of old things that I'd had, like I'd had a broken ankle, 40 years ago.
Right.
And that, after I had the first Atlas Balancing, that started to bother me for about an hour the next morning, and then it was gone. So it's like there was some holding. And then when I had the second balancing, I had a specific kind of a headache that I got when I had to be on antibiotics for 2 years. I used to have this certain kind of headache, and that came back in the mornings for 2 days, and then that was gone. Yeah. So there was some place that I wasn't aware of that it was holding in my body, and so I'm so happy to have that cleared out now.
Yes.
So it's wonderful to see that dynamic. Can you tell us some of the other things that people say happen from them? What kind of reports are you hearing from people?
All good.
Yeah.
And we're all unique, so everyone has a different experience, but it is typical for some of perhaps old injuries from the past or long-standing conditions, things that you've even forgotten about, that will come up and express as the body is realigning itself. See, once the atlas resets the entire spine, then it triggers a self-healing process in the body. So the spine begins to align now with the optimal alignment of the atlas. And of course this affects the entire bodies, the tissues of the bodies, the bones of the body, the organs of the body. And with that, anything that needs optimization or is in the path of optimization is going to be tickled a little bit to express and say, hey, come on, it's a new day, it's 2013, let's get going, this is our time for it to blossom, to be all that we can be. So, and typically, that movement, the expression of those things that are realigning, optimizing, pass very quickly. And so this unfolding of the new alignment of the entire skeletal structure unfolds over time. We sometimes are accustomed to thinking we're going to get fixed, things are going to shift and change, we're going to have an experience today and we're done with it. But this is an ongoing process, which is part of the miracle of the work, because we have found even 6 months to a year out, we've had reversal of Alzheimer's and ADD in children, all manner of conditions that are a result of this imbalance can clear up, resolve over periods of time. And that's something that we like to retrain our brains to consider, that this process is ongoing. But it's a beautiful body of work, and all manner of things can be resolved, is I guess the best word.
Yes, what you're saying reminds me of something else that happened after my first session, which was about a week later. I woke up one morning and I just felt like all my judgments had fallen away.
Yes.
And it was very disconcerting because I found that I didn't know how to evaluate things anymore, what's true and what's not true. And I felt wide open. It was very beautiful. It lasted for like 2 days. It was really a beautiful experience, and I feel that when I came back, I was definitely less contracted than I had been before, so that was quite wonderful.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Amari. This was wonderful, and I hope you all enjoyed this interview and that you'll check out. We have on the website also a short sounding that Amari does for some of the codes. And so you can get a sense of what they really sound like and feel them in your body, and they're quite wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. And thank you, Carrie.
Yeah, it was great.